Okay, one more episode of Antimatter Chemistry. In this episode, we will focus a bit on some stuff that we need to improve, especially energy. But before doing that, I need to tackle just a small problem. So I'm running out of ender pearls. I'm not producing any ender pearl right now. Before, I used to grow it in a photogenic insulator. After that, I just went to the end and hunted some endermans. But I need a passive way of producing it, and phytogenic insulators are not going to do it. Now we have deep mob evolution in this mod pack, but there is a better way of producing ender pearls. And that is, of course, with apotheosis. So we can have a monster spawner with an enderman inside, a vector plate on the top, and finally we only need to activate the thing. Down here we have the mob crusher with a fortune and a range add-on. So we can get the ender pearls from the enderman. We can activate this and wait for the magic to happen. Like that. Now, differently from the rest of the items we have here, we are not storing them in a drawer, especially because the drawer, it reads for stacks rather than for number of items. So instead, what we are doing is sending them directly into an interface, which will go directly to our mainnet right here. And of course, we will store the ender pearls in a 256 storage cell. The next small project is injectors. So in order to get the better wireless energy crystals at draconic level, we need to improve our injectors. So we can grab 3 of them, and then we can have 4 diamonds, 1 block of awakened draconium, and 2 wyvern cores. In the center, the injector, and we can start the craft. Good thing is that this is going to be quite quick, as it only requires a bit less than 2 million RF, compared to the awakened draconium that requires 350 million RF. So yeah, this is quite quicker than the draconium blocks. Now that we have all of our injectors at draconic level, we can actually craft the crystals, the energy crystals. For that we need 4 wyvern cores. We need 1 wyvern core, 4 energy cores and 1 regular core, 4 diamonds and 4 wyvern energy crystals. And then we can start charging this. And the good thing, this is also cheap, only a bit more than 1 million RF. So it is quite nice to have these cheap receipts compared to the cost of the draconic core, of the awakened draconium. And that is it. We have our energy relays. Now, of course, with a lot of care, we can start replacing some of these energy cores. This one here, we can say goodbye to this. We can replace it for an orange one, and we can start binding again all of the machines that had them binded to. So at the moment we are lacking 2 things: energy storage and energy production. Where we are not completely lacking, but we will need a lot more of energy if we want to power a bunch of fission and fusion reactors. As for now, we are using almost 5 culinary generators 100% of the time. 4 for sure, keeping uptime, and 1 from time to time, and we are still have 3 more generators to be used to keep up uptime. So pizzas was a great power generation until now, but each one of these bad boys, they require 3000k RF per tick. And if we want to produce nether stars using deep mob evolution, we will require around 2500 RF per tick per each simulation chamber in order to keep producing nether stars. So we need something more sturdy, a greater way of generating energy. And also, storing only 150 million RF, although it's a good number, we can store more power, even if we are producing more power. For that, of course, we are going to be using Draconic Evolution. We're going to be making setting up an energy core. This will allow us to store a lot of energy. The bad thing of this is that this requires a lot of draconium blocks. These 26 draconium blocks is not something cheap. We will assemble a tier 3 energy core. We should be using 26 blocks of draconium in order to use this. And if we activate this, we can store up to 1.64 giga RF per tick. No, not per tick, but 1.64 giga RF. That is a lot of energy. Of course, in order to actually insert and extract energy from here, we need a couple of energy pylons. Above the energy pylon, we will use a piece of glass in order to activate this. And we can have one energy pylon for input and the second one for output. For the one that is an output, we can set a Draconic Energy IO crystal. And the input, we don't need a crystal in order to use this. We can just leave it like that. For now, I'm going to clear all of the links. From that, all of our machines will stop working for a while. But now we should be able to just set that input-output port, and well, we will link it back into that relay for now. And then from this relay, we will directly insert it into our thing, which is not inserting. And I think that's because we need a energy wireless crystal. And now we are storing energy in our energy core. Now we will do something different, because this... I'm not going to disassemble all of this setup. I don't think so. So what we can do is take out that storage cell for the energy, and we can directly extract the energy from the generators. That way now we are actually producing energy 100% using all of the 8 generators. This means that we will burn across the pizza. That pizza will burn all of the pizza, most likely. Only that pizza generation is producing 50k RF per tick, so that's quite a nice number. Now we have a new way of storing power. Now we have to produce more power. And for that we are going to be using Endergenic Generators. I already have a pattern for the setup. We are going to be building 4 layers of the Endergenic Generators that I want to use. Of the setup that I'll be using. Here we have all of the materials. So this is not a setup I arranged myself. I took it from the internet, from a random user. There is this forum called Crafters Land, and this user named Timur, he made a simple setup for Endergenic Generators. It is supposed to produce around 10,000 RF per tick. Of course, if we keep providing with ender pearls constantly. I'll link the link into the post in the description, so in case you want to replicate this, you can also use it. And the good thing about this setup is that this can be layered, can be extended by just layering up the same setup. So it's quite a simple setup. Quite a simple setup. The only thing it requires are 4 Endergenic generators. Require 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 Ender monitors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seed sequencers, 1 pearl injector, and finally 1 timer. So it is quite a simple setup. And again, because of the layout, this can be layered up. So we can build layers and layers of this small setup right here. Now I'm not going to explain the setup because I don't understand it. I don't understand how this Endergenic Generators works. I only know that they produce a lot of energy and it is quite cheap to do. So yeah, if you want more information about this, go into the link of the forum post, and there will be a small setup guide on how to do all of this. Of course, we only need to bring some ender pearls into our system. And finally connect this cable right here. And after connecting that, we should be able to start to see ender pearls being inserted and then launched. But there is something else I need to do, which I forgot completely. And we need to link these Endergenic generators. So this Endergenic will go to here, then this one to here, this one to here, and this one to here. And then we'll do a round kind of thing. And hopefully one of these ender pearls, maybe not. So it wasn't producing, and it was a problem with how I set this one up. Now they're working. These sequencers were looking the wrong side, but now they're looking the right side, and look at that. They're producing energy from ender pearls being fired. This one is producing around 4,600 RF per tick. This one's around 2,500, 2,500, 1,800. And that's the same for all of them. This is quite a good, quite a nice setup. The good thing with ender pearls is that we are massively producing using apotheosis spawners. So we shouldn't worry about this. We will always gain ender pearls. And now we are getting around 50,000 RF per tick. The generators are the culinary generators. They might be producing like, let's say, 20,000 RF per tick in total. As for now. And this one's, well, a bit more actually. We set, I think, 50,000. And these ones, each level should do 10,000. Of course, we are burning a lot of power around the base. So we have to take that into consideration. But yeah, around 50,000 RF per tick we are producing constantly. At minimum. And at maximum 60,000. So it is quite nice. Now we have a lot of power to spare, and if we need more power, we can keep expanding this setup. Look at this. This ender pearl keeps generating energy. It is not stopping. And I was thinking, and I didn't play for some days now, so I left it at producing more energy. My idea was to get into the mob evolution a bit. But yes, I have no time. I have to upload this episode by tomorrow. In the meantime, I've just changed all of the relays and energy, wireless energy crystals to Draconic. Well, most of them. Some of them, like this one, is still at Wyvern, because we really don't need to upgrade this. This crystal basically goes to all of these injectors. And the two, this P2P tunnel and this energy acceptator. So we really don't need to upgrade this crystal. All of these connections right here are quite clean up. So I don't think we'll need to add any other crystal of this in here. And these two will be only used for this side of the base. And again, most likely because we are using in most of our machines here energy flux ducts, we really don't need two of them. I suppose with one will be more than enough. We are only giving energy to these fusion multiblocks. There are some things I wanted to fix. One of these was the mob evolution. The other one was stoneworks, because this stopped because of the buffer. The buffer for all of these three rocks that we are crushing are full. If we come down here, we are full on a lot of them. So we need to start processing also a lot of these. But that's going to be work for the next episode. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a better day, because it can always be better. And I'll see you on the next episode. Bye. We are very near to finishing the mod pack.